Armor plays a big role in Helldivers too. In this video, we're going to be talking about armor passives and the 3 main armor stats, starting with armor rating. So we tested a few sets of armor, starting with the Trailblazer armor, which has an armor rating of 50. The baseline we used for damage testing was the pistol, which has a damage of 60 per shot. For comparison, the Automaton Trooper's projectile does about 25 damage per shot. Your total health pool is about 125 HP with this armor. You're wounded in 1 shot and killed in just over 2 shots. We'll call it 2.1. The armor with a rating of 100 was interesting because it didn't feel like much of an improvement. Your total health pool seems to be around 150 HP, but don't quote me on that. You still get wounded in 1 shot and are killed in just over 2 shots. We'll call it 2.3. The armor with a rating of 150 was a little bit more durable with a total health pool of around 180. 2 shots to wound, 3 shots to kill. Let's move on to speed and stamina. For the speed section, I chose to only show light and heavy because the differences are a lot more noticeable. The stamina tests were also pretty interesting, with the light armor allowing you to sprint for 30 seconds and regenerating in 8 to 9 seconds standing. It seems like the stamina regen stat also affects your overall stamina pool. With the medium armor on, you can sprint for 23 seconds and your stamina regens in 6 to 7 seconds standing. With the heavy armor, you can only sprint for 16 seconds, but your stamina does regen a little bit quicker, taking only 4 to 5 seconds standing. I just want to throw in there that crouching increases regen by 25% and prone increases it by 50%. So if you hit the deck, you'll regenerate your stamina in half the time. Now let's take a look at armor passives. Armor passives provide all kinds of bonuses, and some of them are pretty useful. The first armor passive you'll have access to is extra padding, which is pretty self-explanatory. It just adds a little bit of survivability in the form of armor rating. Next, we've got the scout passive. It does 2 things, like the majority of passives available. 1. Whenever you place a marker on the map, it provides radar scans in a roughly 10-meter radius every 2 seconds. This is upgradable with the nuclear radar upgrade, which adds 50 meters to that. And 2, it reduces detection range by 30%, which I've already covered in my stealth video, so I won't go over here. After that, we've got the fortified passive, which reduces recoil by an additional 30% when crouching or prone, and reduces explosive damage by 50%. Neither the recoil reduction nor the explosive damage reduction seem to have much of an impact. The engineering kit passive shares the same recoil reduction that the fortified passive had. However, instead of explosive resistance, the engineering kit gives you 2 extra grenades. It's pretty straightforward. The medkit passive increases stim capacity to 6 and increases stim effect duration by 2. The default duration is 2, so that would bump it up to 4. Also, the stim effect, for those that don't know, makes you invulnerable with infinite stamina. So 4 seconds of invulnerability and infinite stamina. The next passive is Democracy Protects, which is a little RNG reliant, but your odds are pretty good. There's a 50% chance that whenever you take any kind of damage, you'll tank it like a champ. As an added bonus, you also take no blood loss damage. Last, we've got the servo assisted passive, which increases throwing range by 30% and provides 50% limb health. Less leg breaks and the ability to throw stratagems nearly 60 meters away sounds pretty good to me. Personally, I think I'm still going to be using the Trailblazer armor for now. The speed and the stealth provided by it are just too nice. I am excited to see what kind of passive and stat combos we'll see in the future though. And that brings us to the end of the video. What kind of armor do you guys like to wear? Also, what do you want to see in the next video? Let me know in the comments, and of course, if you found this helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. We'll see you next time.